not give these people money.
So, it is February 16th, 2022. Tracy and I are sitting here lamenting our problems, daily difficulties, where you take a piss, where you take a shit, where you take a shower, what the fuck you do. And we are actually even, believe it or not, doing better than we were a few years ago.
Not really.
Yeah, the Reseda.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing better. Well, we're doing better and worse. Part of our better is that the animals we loved are dead. So we are unencumbered by that burden, which was never a burden.
No.
But if we examine the timeline of our homelessness, let me see. The house we were getting in North Hollywood, and had lived there for 10 years, got repoed because the landlord's a scandalous piece of shit involved in 5 different fucking grifter schemes where him, his son, and his son's wife went through, wrote illegal contracts and ruined these companies, pretending to be part of them. But because one of his sons, Devin, is part of the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, Devin Reed, yeah, piece of fucking shit. Once again, there's a cop. A cop finds a scandalous illegal lawyer that they go through and they fucking pull the note and fucking kick us out. So, after that, we get in to, Carlos does give us the fucking RV, not a great RV, but it was running, an old one. We stayed pretty much under the radar for a while until we ended up in front of this one guy's house for a long time. Now, I used to mow his lawn and edge it every week, and of which, by the way, Billy, you fucking tarred piece of shit, if you were paying some Mexican to fucking take care of your yard, they'd come by once a week, how much do you think you'd pay for that? $75, $100?
I have no clue.
Easily. And I never, not a cent. Did everything I could for this dude. He did not call, well, I think he did call. We were on a public street by his house, but that was, with his permission and all. It ends up where the dude is such a fucking drunk. Now, I'm an alcoholic, but this guy's a drunk. He keeps knocking fucking shit paper into his toilet when he stumbles in there all just ridiculously drunk at night. Ends up blaming Tracy for clogging his toilet.
I haven't even gone in there.
And for long? Well, this was after the cops came. Okay, what started it was we were by Billy's house. We started getting a bunch of shit from the cops. They ended up taking the RV, not a fucking piece of paper given back, nothing. They just swooped our shit. We were literally in the vehicle when they were towing it away and throwing bags of clothes out onto the fucking parking strip so we could keep some of our shit. We barely kept any. So they took us and we were without wheels. It was freezing. And Billy says, well, I got this back room, of which we knew about for almost a year by then. And then you guys could stay in there just to fuck the car. Yeah, right. I think Billy's would have called him anyway, piece of shit. Well, sure enough, within 22 days later, here comes the cops in the morning. Billy's drunk, fucking whatever. And they kick us out. 22 days. Now, if I am not mistaken, I thought that the law was after being in a place for 3 days and having that you had some kind of play. Nope, we had to leave. So we go and we are on the street for days and days, get a ride down to Lakeside, outside of San Diego, to some friends of mine that we knew for 50 years. I did. And within a couple of months...
Not even a couple of months.
They had called the police. they were trying to, the sheriffs over there, they were trying to fucking force us out, kick us out. And we knew a little bit of law by then. We told them, hey, fuck you. And we ended up having to leave anyway. They were just making things too. That was actually a place where I had one of the cops that had first showed up. After telling him what was really going on, I had turned this guy into a fucking supporter against his own cop buddies. We leave there. We come up to, back to LA. We're driving a little Lexus ES300. No luxury car.
A luxury car. That was no luxury car.
This breaks down. We are in Reseda, and we are running into rats and cop informants everywhere. Weird shit happening everywhere. Obviously cop shit. They end up taking that vehicle in the middle of a heat wave for the whole summer.
Chasing us for clothing.
Yeah. Yep. They fucking we
3 different times
moved all our shit down to some people we knew right next to their store, private property. And we were allowed. We had asked. They gave us permission to be there. They ended up swarming us with
trash
trucks and cop cars because they were going to take all our shit because you're only allowed so much shit. We had a dog, a cat, her and myself, all our personal possessions, dog food, cat food, waters. It was 110 plus for weeks there. And they fucking arrested me for obstruction of a shopping cart investigation. I had even called each of the stores that the shopping carts had come from and asked them if we could use them. And they had all given us absolute permission. Some fucking text. Then I go to court. I'm trying to ride my bicycle to court. And I don't make it there on time one day. And the judge chews me out. Now, fuck a judge and his judgment. Just fuck judges anyway. Not one of you cocksuckers has ever done me right. So fuck you. You think I give a fuck about whether I'm on time for your little petty fucking plans? That dude's gonna chew me out for not appearing on time for like the third time in obstruction of a shopping cart investigation. I defy anyone to show me written law somewhere that says, well, when the cops are... What are you doing investigating shopping carts, you fucking pieces of shit? In Los Angeles? Really? That's priority? Fuck. I'll tell you what is priority. Is that I'm halfway articulate, somewhat fucking rational, and that I speak out against the fucking cops and all this bullshit. I don't know. At what point are we? We're talking about the initial court, the fucking Lakeside cops, the fucking Billy cops. There's 3. Okay. There's, and then the fucking busted by the dollar. That's 4. Then,
for doing absolutely nothing.
For doing nothing except living.
Alive.
Living.
Trying to survive.
And they sweated us hard when we were over dollar. Like we're talking every other day, we're getting visited by cops, trash trucks, and all this bullshit. I have videos, by the way. Look at Brian Ross on YouTube. All this shit's fucking documented from way back.
Nobody will do shit
then
for us.
We split. We go to Santa Barbara, didn't we?
Yeah,
we were at Santa Barbara.
We tried to leave to go to Santa Barbara, and we lost the cat along the way.
We did. We came back down, and then we split again to go north. And when we were north, we stayed in Santa Barbara because the summer before had been just too hot. And it was the dog, her, and I. And we're in there, and we have some issues, but not very many. But it turns out that they're totally corrupt. And
yeah, because I get attacked by a guy.
Some guy, I'm over talking to some dude in the parking lot, and another guy, who's strange fuck, comes and pulls a knife on Tracy sitting in the van.
A big one.
And I go running over there, and this dude starts trying to knife fight me.
And you don't
Tracy and her fucking brilliant thing. She wants to get out then and try to be in the way of a knife-wielding maniac. Yeah, you did.
He pissed me off.
Nah, it doesn't matter. You should have just fucking stayed.
I know, but...
How you going to beat a knife wielder's ass without a knife when you got your wife in the way?
Trying to...
No. Try to impart any kind of fucking goodness to it. You fucked that up. But cops, they're trying to charge us with someone trying to stab her. So, okay, we leave there. There's 5. Then we go back down to L.A., and it's not too much short before we're running around in the van, another one, that we've got, I'm working on the battery on the front of the van under an underpass during a heat wave, and they just stop for no reason.
In the middle of the street, no less.
And try to cuff me up. Now, yeah, LAPD are all... You know what? Even the big, strong guys there, all that weight push, let me tell you from an old convict's fucking point of view. Yeah, you can push weights and blow up big muscles, but you really aren't that strong. Because every one of them motherfuckers, the only reason I ever got cuffs put on me was because I let them. Not one of them has ever been able to force me down. But once I got cuffs on, then they could trip you up and put you on the ground. And the motherfuckers jumped on my back, fucked me up. 25 days in jail, not one court appearance, no fucking, no arraignment, nothing. Just complete violation of law. After 25 days, they get me to cop a plea on the fucking shopping cart deal just so they could have a reason to cut me loose. So, that's 6. Then we go, and meanwhile, we're also having...
And I'm stuck in the van with the dog while you're
Yeah. We're having cops just peep us, mad dog us, come by, fuck with us, do all this shit. We're poor. And so then there's 6. And we go back and forth. There's bunches of shit. We go to the hotel on Topanga. I can't even recite all of them, to tell you the truth, because there's just so many. But they kick us out of the hotel, totally illegally, and then we come down to Camarillo.
I mean, kick us out of the hotel totally illegally. It was Gavin Newsom's room key that we were in. And they totally just came up,
defied the government
ultimatum, and told us either we get out because they wanted to shut the hotel down
because
for renovations.
Black asshole Lance, who was a petty little piece of shit, fucking loser, fucking South Central fuck. He decided to try to walk into our room when we're sleeping, as if he has the right to do that. I don't give a fuck.
We're sleeping.
It's felony burglary at that point. And this guy throws this fucking... They don't listen to us. They don't let me put a charge on this guy. They tell us we got 5 hours to leave. Ends up, I get arrested again some days later trying to re-enter. Well, not trying to re-enter. They had let me into the room. Let me back into the room.
He walks up. They let him in the room. We didn't have
then all of a sudden, I'm trespassing. But not according to their laws. According to Lance, he did that. But they're the only ones who did it. Yeah. So, fuck LA Family Housing and the Topanga cops. We come up here to Camarillo. The day after we get here, we get a no registration ticket, of which we fixed now. Because, wonder why I wouldn't have the registration paid. Well, let me see, all the money it's cost when cops kick you out of your home, that's a lot. Illegally. So then we get a fucking visit a few days later from the Camarillo homeless liaison trying to be all friendly. We're trying to be cool. We're just down here trying to panhandle some bread and stay out of the 110 degree heat or whatever, 100 degree heat. And these guys are,
I'm too old for this shit.
Well, then it comes down to where we are getting contacted for regular stupid shit. For nothing sometimes. We were yelling in a parking lot at each other. We're breaking. We're cracking. We're fucking losing it because here's 6+ years now. All we're doing is being chased around California by police agencies.
For no reason.
And this all started with West Valley cops. So anytime we get stopped somewhere, Lakeside, Santa Barbara, Camarillo, anywhere at all, they all go, oh, there's these people, let's run his name, see what's going on. They all go, oh, look, there's a bunch of activity recent activity in West Valley. They call down to West Valley. West Valley tells them they're pieces of shit, give them a hard time, and every single one of them is acting in the same fucking fashion. Especially this thing about the police getting involved with evictions they have no fucking business in, and them doing the same shit down here. We had paid for a night at Motel 6. We were only there for a few hours, and some fucking black chick starts yelling at Tracy, who's blind, couldn't see who it was. She was trying to get out of their way when they were parking, and they go, hey, you fucking old bitch. You know, I'm not even going to get racial with that, although I fucking want to, because I don't give a fuck who you are. If you're black, you don't like me, and I don't like you. And I don't give a fuck who says that that's politically correct or not. I'm tired of having to... You don't want discrimination. You don't want prejudice. You don't want fucking racism. Then don't do it back to me, motherfuckers. But me having to defend being a white man... I don't need to defend it. I'm just a man. I don't defend the whites. I don't like them any better. Fuck you, white people.
You're not even a white man.
I'm not even white. I'm half and half. So what the fuck? Well, I don't give a shit. The Mexicans hate me too. So fuck them. Fuck them all. Fuck all you motherfuckers. But there's 7 after kicking us out.
Many more.
And then there's fucking... They kick us out of Motel 6.
For what?
For disturbing the peace under threat of, guess what? Of them pressing a citizen's arrest for criminal trespassing.
But you know what? If we try to press...
but they won't let us press any charges against anybody anywhere.
Yeah.
Not against Billy, not against fucking Knife Wielder, not against fucking... nothing. Lance, not against these people over here. They can all press charges. We get nothing. So then...
Nothing but disdain.
A few weeks later, her and I are arguing in another parking lot because that's our domain dwelling now, is parking lots. But you know what? I don't give a fuck if there's surrounding places or not. It's a parking lot. Mind your own fucking business.
Unless there's something physical going on.
Yeah, if you see me beating her, feel free to step in. If you see me yelling at her, mind your fucking business.
Yeah.
Then they come and they're like, hey. So
we're driving away. We're not even yelling at people.
Yeah, but that was a different one. Then a week later, they get the fucking...
Oh, yeah.
We're driving away from an argument. We'd already settled it down. We get pulled over by the police inside the parking lot with lights, and there was a
bunch of them.
10 cars.
Trying to get into the fucking car. Trying to open the fucking
the first
doors.
thing they do is they don't even say anything. The guy goes, you know why you're stopped? I go, no. And he goes to pull on the door handle to get in.
Lock our doors, motherfucker.
What the fuck? Don't be entering my fucking car. Yeah. So he ends up, while I'm talking to this one guy, the other guy ends up opening the door behind me, and I tell him, shut that fucking door. And he does. So I get out to shut the door.
To open mine.
So now that I was out, I fucking closed the door and had her lock them. Because I figure if they're going to arrest me, but what are they going to arrest me for?
Yeah.
I've got a court case now in Ventura for domestic disturbance.
That's bullshit.
We were driving
away
when they fucking... We were yelling at each other, but it was over and we were driving away.
Right.
There's no domestic disturbance. They believe that this gives them the auspice to enter the vehicle under any circumstances to do whatever. They can just pull us apart and pull us out and do this because it's domestic violence. Hey, fuck you. It wasn't. It wasn't, and it wasn't. Yeah. And it doesn't even matter to me. Prove the violence, because the Constitution, the Constitution,
right,
doesn't make a distinction between domestic fucking laws or regular law. That's just some left-wing liberal communist fucking bullshit that California's adopted and everybody just passively, weakly, sheeply goes along with. So fuck that shit. It's not legal.
And them coming into the car was not legal.
Trying to enter the car. Oh, what the fuck? I told them specifically, no.
Yeah,
and they did it anyway.
And I told them no. And
since that time, I don't know if that's number 6 or 7 or 8.
8, 9, 10,
then we've had a couple of other, like...
Oh, yesterday.
And then yesterday.
I mean, this is
yesterday, we go to Walmart in Camarillo. We get out. Now, Tracy's vision has deteriorated to the point to where I pretty much have to escort her most everywhere. No problem. We're both going to Walmart. We'll go get some things. Just kind of like...
run up to the car.
And she sees some dude get out from his car and come over by her side. And so she's like, what the fuck? I didn't see this guy. And then he moves back to the back of the car. By then I had gotten out and walked around. Then the guy goes scurrying off, and he's on his phone. And I'm like, that's fucking weird.
Right.
Why were you hanging in a kind of a hidden spot around the back of the... Right. So... We go walking, and the dude is like on his phone. He's looking at us, and he's looking over at the car. And he's talking to somebody. And I'm thinking, that's weird. Yeah, and he walks along parallel with us down the row quite a ways, and talking and doing that. Yeah. And we go in, and he stands across the little roadway. He's watching us the whole time, watching us. So... she goes off, I take her into the store, she goes off and gets a basket. I go out the other way, and I catch that motherfucker looking at us, and I go, yo, motherfucker, you got some fucking interest in me? And the dude just like, kind of looks confused, he's still talking, and then I go walk across the street, and he turns and walks away. So I walk after him, and I go, hey, piece of shit. What the fuck is your fucking problem? Acting like you're fucking surveilling us. The dude's like, he turns around finally. Now, the dude is a few inches bigger than me. I'm sure he's a little heavier. He's 30 years younger than me. I'd still toss that motherfucker up. A piece of shit. He goes, I was on my phone. I go, why? What are you doing? Hanging around my shit? Looking, fucking bothering me and my wife, following us as we're going into the store, and keep looking at me with your phone on as if you're ratting us out for something. I don't give a fuck who it is in America. If you saw the same shit I would, you'd be like, what is your interest? If you got an interest, then let's hear it out. But the guy goes, I was on my phone. I go, why wouldn't you stop and tell me that's what your thing is? He goes, because I was on the phone. Look, if you got enough fucking time to fucking play these little games while you're on the phone, so you got enough time to answer a fucking question.
And so you moved the truck.
So I go over and I go, stay away from me and my wife and my truck, and so fuck you, piece of shit. I moved the truck to the front of the fucking store, front of the lot. And then I go back in, we do some shopping, we come back out. I have forgotten about this by then. And I look out, and sure enough, there's this piece of shit talking to 2 cops. And so I'm looking at him, and this guy, one cop's going like this. Come here. I go, fuck you. You come over here, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm blind.
I let her into the truck with the stuff. She locks the door, and I go. By then, they're walking up, and they're like, well, this guy says that you've been threatening and fear for his life. I said, check this out, motherfuckers. This creepy piece of shit that's doing the creepy shit.
Yeah. He's
in fear for his life. Fuck him. And fuck you too. Yeah. If you arrested me, basically, what are we talking about? What are we doing? And so then this one cop goes, oh, hey, it's this good cop, bad cop. You know, I'm 62 years old. And I've been a fucking lifelong fucking arrestee. Could you save your fucking simpleton games for someone who fucking buys that shit? Because I don't like any of you. Any of you. Not one. Even the best of you. Fuck you.
Yeah. There is no best of them.
They tell me they're really there to protect us as well as everyone else. Really? Well, then get that creepy piece of shit locked up because fucking him.
He's the one that creeped up on me.
Yeah.
And I saw his shadow. And
that's like at least number 8 that I've put on this video. 8 or 9. And then there's so many more. I can't even remember them. But does anyone else in this fucking world have that shit happen to them all over, everywhere, constantly, all the time?
Yeah.
I don't fucking think so.